How's it going, everyone? All right. So the first tool we're going to be talking about today is V0 by Vercel. What's really cool about this is that you can do a lot of things with this. All right. So let's say, for example, I wanted to make a one-page documentation React app that looks aesthetic. All right. So I'm just going to give it a moment. It's just going to be thinking, bringing up the design and everything, and it's just going to give you the code in TypeScript. And of course, if you want to do this in other languages, I'm not really sure if there's a possibility to do this on Vercel themselves, but what I usually do is just I take this code, I take it into another AI agent, you know, convert it to whatever language I would like, and afterwards, of course, I start debugging it and see what mistakes it made and adapt it to my preference. So I'm just gonna give it a moment while it's thinking and it's getting the code and everything. As you can see, it already generated 4 pages in the components. All right, and it's just gonna give you a preview after you're done. You can also check out the console if there's any issues or errors or anything. It is pretty cool. All right. So again, it's just doing right now the tail width configuration, and I think it's just gonna give us a preview right now. All right. So here it is. As you can see, it's just generated literally in like no time. Uh, like the light and dark thing doesn't work, but that's fine. But other than that, like in less than 60 seconds, you got a documentation page, right? And it looks pretty good. It looks like the Next.js or the Vercel kind of style design. So that is the first tool. Let's go into tool number 2. Right, tool number 2 is Visily.ai. All right, so I'm just gonna show you an example over here. So let's say, for example, you go into like time.com or whatever. All right, so you just take a screenshot of that. You can also take a screenshot of the whole screen and just convert it into an actual editable Figma file. All right, so let me show you how to do that. So after logging in into the Visily.ai, as you can see, I did it for a couple of projects of mine just for like a screenshot. So if I just go and add in over here, you can add in like an empty screen, whatever, but that is not what we want. We want this one. We want the screenshot to wireframes, right? And then you're just gonna paste and go and get your image. Of course, this is not like perfect, but at the same time, this like tool gives you 500 credits. I'm not really sure if it's monthly or for if it's for the workspace or whatever. But again, as you can see, it just generated literally a Figma file for us that we could use. Again, it's not perfect, you know, it's not something perfect, but again, I can just take this into Figma, you know, and start editing it. And most of the time, what I actually do to use this is that I just go into a design file and I start using this as a reference of what I want to do. I don't really like take out the layout and everything. And yeah, actually to take it into inside the the Figma file, I'm just gonna show you that. So save as template, whatever. Yep, convert to Figma. Yeah, here it is. And I think there was like a plugin as well that you could like just do this conversion like directly without like importing anything or doing anything. So we're just gonna go back into our Figma file, then file, and then I'm not like a Figma expert or anything, but I'm just trying to remember how to do this. So if I go into this, I think there was like a plugin to do this. Yeah, here it is. So you just download the Visily plugin, all right? Click to drop or import file, and then you import that export, and yeah, here it is. So yeah, as you can see, basically it's got all the like wireframe for everything, the header, search, whatever, right? Of course, I don't like promote copying somebody else's website, but again, like this can give you a small reference of where to start. And again, it's not perfect, so do not take each and everything that it does to like heart, because it's not a designer. It just takes a screenshot, and as you can see, here are all the like wireframe files and everything. All right, so let's go right now to number three. Number three, and a lot of people don't know about this. I don't know why, but it is really good as well. It is like a really good competitor to like in the UX UI design thing. So let's say, for example, I want to go and really cool carousel. Just take whatever like you would like. Let's say, for example, I want this. All right, so if I just like take this screenshot as well, capture and save, and then we're just gonna go into BlackBox.ai. And just when you're selecting the model, make sure you're selecting image to app, right? If you want to take this into an app at all. So you're just gonna upload that file, download, or wherever you save that picture, and it's just gonna generate literally an HTML and Tailwind copy of the screenshot that you made. You can basically change the language. I'm going to show you that after it's done. I think you can do it with regular HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. And as you can see, it gave you still a really good mockup for like compared to whatever that was. It's not perfect again, but it gives you a pretty good starting point, not wasting a lot of time. So if you're just going to use something like this, you can just like change the border radius of the buttons and the things over here, or like take it into another AI agent and just take that code over here and just copy it. I think there was also an option here that you could change this from like Tailwind. I don't remember right now at the moment, but I think that you could do this as well. I think it's a new chat or something like that. But anyways, that is Blackbox AI. All right, so let's go to number four. All right, so color magic. All right, what is color magic? Right, so to me, sometimes I get really frustrated sometimes with colors in Figma and Elementor and like tools like that, and even regular WordPress. So let's say, for example, I want to generate a color for like a client or whatever. I don't know what the color scheme that they're going for, so I want to give them some examples. So this one looks pretty good. So I want this Thunderbird. Okay, I can just copy this Thunderbird hex code, right? Or the RGB, whatever you would like. Then just go into the color palette generator and generate color palette. It might not even be using an AI tool, just to be honest with you. This might be like a regular generator. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, it just gave us directly of a red color palette. It's aesthetic, bright, fun, red summer. So this would look really good for like a maybe an ice cream shop or something like that. I'm not really sure, but something a little bit more fun and a little bit more vibrant. So that is a pretty cool tool. And again, like I mentioned, this is not kind of like an AI tool, to be honest. I'm not really sure if they're using AI or not. You can check that using something called Weaponizer. All right. So I'll leave that in the description as well. Well, let's go to number five. All right. So this one has been there for a long time. I'm not really sure if people use it. I don't like Adobe products because of the prices and the like the policies they do, whatever. All right. So let's say I want to create a logo for myself, but I like this one tool, to be honest. Uh, So I'm just gonna create like a simple logo. You can just generate a couple of ideas. So let's say, for example, I like this one, elegant, organic, whatever. You can basically start customizing all of the icons and everything. It's just gonna give you kind of an example where to go. Okay. So let's say, for example, I want to use this unicorn horse, whatever. Next. And it's just gonna give you a couple of variations of the logo. All right. This one is pretty dull, to be honest. Let's choose something else. You can also customize it, you know. So this one looks good. I like this one. So again, like I can just change the colors, generate colors, and then go into the font, change the font, and so on and so forth. So it's nothing crazy, but at the same time, all of these tools are just going to help you and save you time. But at the same time, before I end this video, I just want to make sure that I point this out to everyone. Kindly do not rely on these tools, because if you start relying on these tools, then you're going to be starting to lose your skills and you're going to be replaced. So use them as reference or use them as examples, but do not use them as the final product. Always make sure to review whatever AI generated stuff is you're using, if it's code, images, or videos, because basically they can generate really bad quality stuff. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna end the video on short notice. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. This was Angry with you, and peace, you guys.